And we're live.
Oh, we are. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast. Let's go ahead and start the intro.
Hello,
Hello?
hello, what's up, bro?
Hey, it's the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk movies, sports, TV shows, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfuckers. With nary signs. I'm like, what? How can this... They have Photoshop. Photoshop exists when this artist rendition was done. How the fuck is this not cooler looking than a sketch that looks like it was done by a hillbilly off the side of the road? What the fuck are we talking? Why is this a thing?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Steph, Uni Mayor Sr.
Yeah, I don't have to look for you.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And Mike Markadal.
I'm just glad I like vanilla, boring sex like this. I'm glad that the sex I enjoy won't get me killed.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
What up? Welcome to the What's Up podcast, your favorite podcast where you come to listen to or watch, depends on how you're viewing this. People talk, debate, and argue over shit they have no idea what's going on about, man. Sometimes we do, but you know, it's funnier to
The
say the other
odds
way.
are more likely that we don't know what we're talking about, but it's not a blanket statement. It's not a universal truth.
Yeah, the odds are in our favor to not know what the fuck we're talking about. I am Nary Signs. With me, as usual, is Mike Throat Punch Mercadal. No, that's a
like
Kickflix
a
thing.
layover from Kickflix.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't watched the latest episode of Kickflix, 2 classic Kickflix hits.
back
Back
back.
to back. Bloodsport and Rumble in the Bronx both got drawn. So go watch the videos that are up on YouTube, right? They're up on.
Yeah.
They live there now.
They live forever until somebody gets. We got Facebook is flagging each one of our posts on the audio post. Facebook is flagging them because they're muting quote 12 minutes every single time, either 12 or 14. I forget what it was. Because of something they say that something is copywritten, but they won't let me dispute it.
What?
It literally won't
12
let me
minutes
dispute
of
it.
something.
12 minutes. And it tells you which regions, and it's like all the regions or whatever. And then, but it'll let me see the regions. But when you click there's an option to dispute it, that option is grayed out. And I'm like, but we don't have anything. And then why 12 minutes? Even if you said the music in the intro, which is not, I made sure when I made the intro, I made sure to get copyright free music. But even if they change their mind and I'm like, no, we've decided to copyright this, that's still not 12 minutes or 14 minutes. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a weirdest.
You set out to do this as a young boy dreaming of podcast
course.
glory. Did you in your life ever imagine that you would have to know so much about one private company's content copyright restrictions?
It's the weirdest. And
what a fuck! What a mind!
And
what
it's
a piece
and it's
of
the weirdest
shit.
thing. It's the weirdest thing because it's only Facebook. It's not
Instagram.
YouTube. It's not YouTube, or we're not live on Instagram. So, but we're live on, and then we post it when we post the episodes. Even when I'm posting an episode that we recorded 2 weeks earlier, sure enough, I'll come back. This post has been partially muted, and you're like, "What? Okay, bro."
I remember getting that on Zeros on Heroes for stuff occasionally, but never. I mean, again, because I specifically went out to get royalty-free music from. Which I would love to know the artists that have that as their career. Like, I create music for the people. Is my mic really low?
No, it's fine. It was fine.
It
mean, it got louder, but it was fine.
Oh,
I think it was more of a. I always took it as more of a, hey man, I'm a struggling artist, but I'm really good. Take this, it's free, and you'll come back. Like you'll book me based upon, you know what I mean? It's that type of shit.
Is that the stand-up show that you get paid in drink tickets and shit like
or
that?
You get paid in exposure.
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay. But this is voluntary. I mean, you gotta voluntarily put this shit up on YouTube and be like, here, royalty-free music.
I guess I don't know, but it is interesting. Like, imagine you're like writing, because some of the stuff that I would get for Zeros on Heroes is like these big orchestral sounding, Star Wars sounding, fucking movie soundtrack epic
Right.
things, and I'd be like, who did this?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There was I got a notification on Instagram that a video that was that I posted, that the account wasn't even my account. It was Seasons, the TV podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like, this this video has been muted because it's owned by Fulano Natal. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? So I searched Fulano Natal, and there's like a drum beat song, there's like a dance beat song that has the speech from Fresh Prince when Will Smith goes, "Why won't he love me?" In, like, they laced that audio onto their music.
How come you
And
don't want me,
because
man?
Seasons posted that, like, for Father's Day, I think it was a Father's Day, like, hey, happy Father's Day, and it was like that. This is like 2 years ago. So 2 years later, that video was removed. It just got removed like a week ago because some group, some band, some music person decided to put audio that does not belong to them
Right.
onto a fucking dub beat song, and it's like, well, this is my song. It's like, but yeah, but that's Will Smith.
Yeah.
In that's owned by NBC. What are you talking about?
That's what they're saying is wrong with YouTube right now. YouTube, the algorithm that people can claim copyright and all that stuff is insanely fucked up. Like, insanely fucked up. Genuinely problematic. And the real issue is that the real issue is that there's too much of it, right? And it is an open platform for people to steal. Like, there was a glory days of YouTube where whole movies were being uploaded
Mm.
minutes at a time, because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the limit of video that you could put, and you would have to you'd be like, you'd have a playlist of, well, 1 through 10, but like
Yeah.
7 was missing, and you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to skip this part. There was a golden age of like people like genuinely using
Can you
YouTube for
imagine
what it was for.
doing like Endgame, and it's like the part that's missing is right when the portals open up. You're like, oh, those 10 minutes are gone. And you're like, no, wait, we get like,
Those are the best 10 minutes.
fucking.
Those are the best
I
10
fast
minutes.
forward to those 10
cinema
minutes. Why? I'm like, yeah, that clip has been taken down.
Yeah.
Clip number 12 has been taken down. You're like, what? That's the clip I want. That's the.
Yeah, it's always the one you want. But yeah, like, there's also like the concept of, remember, like, I remember very quick. Look, Pico just commented it was hard to hear me, but Pico, when we were like hanging out back in the day, like in the like early days, like, Pico was doing a thing called Miami Humor, and we did a bunch of goofy videos. We did a man versus food contest at this place called Taco Shop in Hialeah, I think, where they'd make like ghost pepper burritos, and we had a bunch of like he was doing it. It was like grassroots, like ground up, shit that you could go, and people were making their own and using it for home videos, like using it for them saying goofy shit, like what now is on TikTok, like rapid fire. I still have it saved, Pico. I still have it saved. Every once in a while I'll go back and I like have to show it because it was really well done. Can I show it, Pico? Can I show it on this? Let me find it.
Well, nothing's gonna top D on the weekends.
Dick on the Weekend, it resurfaced again. I had to post it because someone was asking, like, someone was joking around, like, post your music, and I was like, all right, get ready for this banger I'm about to throw your way.
Dick on the Weekend is legit. I would,
I gotta remix it. It'll be like Taylor Swift making her songs again.
You should remix it to a faster beat so I could come out to it on stage.
Oh, I mean,
it's got to be like a like fucking something, poppy and shit.
That's fucking funny. Let me see.
Rookie says, careful, Taco Bell might get your taco shop video taken down. It's so funny.
No, it wasn't a taco shop thing. But like, oh, here it is. All right, I found it. Pause.
Dig on the Weekend.
She won't. I watch that video now, and I feel like I look like such a baby. Like I was so young. I can't remember when I did that shit. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's talk about this. And I just want to see. And Pico is objectively good at this because the editing is like what you would see on any of these shows. Watch.
Miami Humor's on location in Hialeah, Florida at Taco Shop, where it's burrito versus
2011
man,
we did
death
this.
by fire. That's one spicy burrito. Taco Shop challenges any man
It's
with a child
2011.
to finish a burrito drenched
Yeah,
in
we heard you, buddy. We heard you.
muerte of death. Because one is in Spanish, you know they're not around. A sauce so dangerous, every participant had to sign a waiver.
We did. We had to sign a
It
waiver.
consists of a secret blend of the world's spiciest peppers. Jalapeno, chile de árbol, the infamous habanero, and the deadly Naga Jolokia, aka the ghost pepper, aka the spiciest pepper in the world. 460 times
A little over the
spicier
board
than
with
a
the After
jalapeno.
Effects. But yeah.
And now 5 idiot challengers are ready to take on burrito versus man, death by fire.
All these guys were talking bad
Many
shit
have attempted,
beforehand.
few have succeeded.
Yeah, cool. Fire.
Ready? Go! It's so spicy, we had to wear gloves. I dare you not to
We
wear
did have to wear
gloves.
gloves.
I like the fact that pause it real quick. Pause. I just want to do a quick
Oh.
commentary. I like the fact that they were like in the video right before you guys start eating, everybody's like, yeah, I'm the fucking man, I'm gonna knock this burrito out, I'm gonna and then the very next scene is the same guy just cutting it and eating it with a fork and knife, and you're like, get the fuck out of here.
But like they literally told us that to don't
Oh
touch
you had to, yeah, of course,
to like don't touch it, and we were like, this is going in our bodies.
yeah, it's because then you rub it in your eyes. Yeah, it's a thing.
But thank God nothing like that happened. But also
That's what I'm saying. That's why you wore the gloves, because if not, that shit will stay on your fucking fingertips forever, and then
yeah,
you know,
it was brutal.
3 hours later you'd rub it in your eye. Yeah, I get that. Smart.
Every bite feels like a fiery mistake.
Yes, it did.
One down. Spicy. Second one to quit.
I'm glad I wasn't the first.
So
Mike was the
good.
second one out.
Oh my God.
Well, okay. You see how people were physically shaking. Like
Yeah.
if this was no joke, I feel like Hot Ones stole the. No, just kidding.
Eat that burrito de la muerte of death.
I got booger.
Oh, is that Pico?
Yeah. And that,
7 minutes on the clock and everybody's quit but 2.
It's not going down like this.
it was way more dramatic than I thought it would be.
Eat that spicy heat.
There's no way you're gonna win.
There's only 2
100 people in Cambodia right now.
Another knockout.
Okay. If I can't do it now, I'm not gonna do it. Lightning round. Go.
This
Jimmy,
look at how much is left. Look at how much is left.
You almost got it. Oh. No.
No.
One more, you got it. You guys in this sauce, all right?
Lower the volume a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did he finish it? Pico finished it?
Pico finished it. Yeah.
Are you guys drinking milk?
Horchata, bro. Like the
Oh.
thickest, creamiest, awful.
But that's horchata's good for it's made of milk.
It's good, but nothing helps.
Burrito versus man.
Nothing helps.
Man won, mother. Now come to Taco Shop and try yourself. You're not gonna beat it. And if you do, you probably go on this wall next to me. It hurts like hell.
Are they
Just
still
wanted you guys
open?
to know that.
I don't know.
Oh,
Miami humor.
Hey, there we go. that was the way at that. See, but like that was done on home computers in 2011.
I
But that
think I think Pico, you needed more. You needed more of the fire effect. You needed more.
kaboom, blam.
Boom, blam.
But hey, tell me that isn't like that wouldn't be like a TikTok filter or whatever. Ooh, I heard they got in trouble for this challenge. I had to take it off. But for sure, that shit hurts people. That shit has to have hurt somebody.
Yeah,
So
man. That's
I don't know if
not.
you noticed
Yeah.
at the beginning they show me and I start coughing. It's because I went to go take a bite of it and I inhaled through my
Yes,
mouth,
of
and
course.
just the fumes was enough to do like legit.
Listen,
Like
I'm a pussy when it comes to spicy food. Like I tell people this all the time. Like Tabasco sauce, regular on the shelf Tabasco sauce, like that you get in fucking Publix. I'm like, like I don't need any of that shit. I don't need like, and this is the 1300 kelvins. Fuck, I'm out. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need
the
any of that shit.
Scovilles or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like I don't need this. I
I
don't want this at all.
purposely said kelvins just because it's fucking funnier. Because that's
that is funny. That always like if you do that thing just slightly off, and people are
yeah.
like, I
And then you just
I
so I
got
just-
he knows, but I'm just gonna say it.
Kelvins is what you. That's like the temperature of a volcano. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
1300 kelvins.
No, but definitely that like that they did a whole bunch of them. They were really fun. Hey, some better than others, but it was genuinely like not even at the very beginning of YouTube. Like this was a couple years in, and people were trying to figure it out as a platform. But damn, like it was like I remember. Oh god, what was it? We shot like a movie, an action movie trailer that had like bullet time gunshot effects and things in it, all done in just editing. And it was like you think about it now, like people got all that shit in their phones. Like if you look at
but that's funny because people are like I record my stand-up, and people I try to do the editing, and people are like, oh, you should get Adobe Pro and like all these editing things. I'm like, if I can't use it on my phone, I don't want it. Like
right.
that's I'm not doing this whole transferring of files and then to upload. It's gonna everything's got to be done on my phone. Like that's where I live. So any editing software or app that you guys know about that's fucking iOS, send it my way. Anything
Right.
else? Oh, but this was really great. Yeah, but you don't understand. I got to transfer file. No, fuck that. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, man.
I got one for free on my computer that I always tell myself I'm gonna look up some YouTube tutorial videos on how to do this. And really all it is time. You just have to sit and look at your own, like when we would edit the podcast, or when I would have to edit like the live podcasts of Zeros on Heroes, like just listening to my dumbass voice for an extended amount of time. Fuck that. Like just hearing it for my own voice, having to cut it up like tick, 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 tick. After a while, you're like, do I even sound like that? What's my voice?
I do that. I deal with that 3 times a week whenever I post a new reel. I'm always like, shut up. That's what I'm telling myself when I'm hearing my own voice. I'm like, shut up. You're the worst.
Yeah.
You're the worst. How do you do this?
I did a voiceover class like that the SAG-AFTRA Foundation does for like newbies, and it was mad fun. But hey, there's the champion, el campeón,
el tigre,
el tigre.
Oh, man. Cuban people have the funniest, like,
Well, tigre is Dominican, no?
I feel like that's because I'm in Miami. I feel
everything's Cuban. Yeah.
I like when Cuban people take credit for things that's not them, but then when it's something that they don't like, they're sure as hell real quick to be like, no, that's not.
No, eso no cubano.
That's not Cuban. No, guayaba, that's Cuban. Like, no, but they have guayaba in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. No, but that's Cuban.
I remember a very clear and distinct, aggressive conversation that you and I had over Cuban crackers. And you were vehemently opposed to calling them Cuban crackers. They are butter crackers.
They were tasty crackers. Actually, is what they say on the bag.
On
they
the
say
bag,
tasty,
yes, yeah.
They say tasty crackers, and you go, well, what is it? I remember having this conversation in Publix to some guy. I go, I'm looking for crackers, blah blah. And he goes, galleta cubana, and I'm like, no. And I'm like, blah 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 blah. And then he was like,
yeah.
And then he goes, oh, they're over here. And he takes me over there. And he goes, yeah, estas son galletas cubanas. And I go, where do you see Cuban? I'm like looking at the package. He goes, mira, lo dice aquí mismo. And he turns the package and he goes, huh.
I had that same. I had that the mandala effect.
Yeah.
Moment of like where you see like it's Berenstein bears, and then it's like no, it's Berenstain bears,
Yeah.
or the like that moment of the label just.
Oh no, and
What are
the
you
Monopoly
talking
guy.
about? What do you
Does the
mean?
Monopoly guy have a monocle? Like people think the Monopoly guy has a monocle. He does not have a monocle.
There's a bunch of those.
See, right
There's
now,
like
even as I'm saying this, you're like, no, the Monopoly guy has no.
I'll be honest, I don't remember either or. I don't remember what the Monopoly guy looks like. I
Yeah,
just
he does
remember
not
he's like a rich guy.
yeah, he's a rich guy with a top hat and a cane, but he doesn't have a monocle.
Um,
I think people get thrown off because of Ace Ventura Part 2, and like, and you must be the
the
Monopoly.
Monopoly. You think that's it?
I don't know. That's the reason I thought of it. I'm like, yeah, no, the Monopoly guy, he has a monocle.
Let's see how many of these we remember.
You want to share the screen?
Yeah, should I guess.
Now, for the audio listener, go back and watch us on YouTube or Facebook video if these are not the 12 minutes that are.
Yeah, 50 Mandela effect. Shit, I've been saying mandala. Like,
yeah, when you said mandala, now I was like, fuck, I even got that wrong. Shit. All right.
Shit. Jif or Jiffy peanut butter.
It's Jiffy, right? I'm not reading these.
Peanut butter was actually named Jiffy, not just Choosy Moms choose Jif. But it's confused with competing brand Skippy. Got it. Oscar Mayer versus Oscar Mayer.
It's just Mayer or Meyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mayer with an E.
My
Mayer.
baloney has the first name. It's hold on a second. My baloney has a second name. It's Mayer.
Yeah. ER. It's Mayer.
Sex in the City. It's Sex and
Sex
the
and
City.
the City.
Mm-hmm.
That one I got right because I was a fan of the show.
We Are the Champions is usually sung at triumphant sports moments, but at the end it's a lot different. Most people can recall. Some people swore that the singer Freddie Mercury belts out the lyric of the world at the end, but in reality, the original recording simply ends with no time for losers because we are the champions. Wait, that one I did. There has to be a version where he sings.
Well, I think they're saying the original version. I think now it's been redone a million times, right?
I think maybe.
There you go.
When they used it
the Monopoly Man does not have a monocle.
Does not have a monocle. Maybe in Revenge of the Nerds. Remember at the end of Revenge of the Nerds, they come out to the "We Are the Champions" and like we're not gonna get picked on anymore and blah blah blah.
All I remember is clap your hands, everybody.
And everybody clap your hands. Lambda, and Omega Mu. And then he just does the roll
we're gonna
call.
get muted. We're gonna get muted.
Are we that close? We're so good at impersonating Lamar from when
that,
you find out.
I could not. I'm telling you right now, Mount Rushmore of movie music moments that don't include actual music like Grease or like, you know what I mean, like, but actual like fucking music moments.
That's a good mountain.
That's
a good mountain. If we do
with
that
the electronic violin, that guy tore that shit up, man.
That and then they had the he was because he had the electric violin, and then they had the other guy come out as Elvis. Booger was like jamming out.
Yeah.
It's so good. What a good movie that was. Yeah. In hindsight, terrible, horribly misogynistic,
very problematic.
So problematic.
Oh, I mean, it's every 80s movie has that. I'll race you for the girl. It's like, what now?
Yeah,
are we?
Like, what is it?
now?
What's happening now?
She should have a say in this. Like, what now? And then every girl just goes along with it. Like, how dare you? But I will respect the winners.
But I mean, I have to go with whoever wins.
How dare you? Well, damn it, Chad. What's wrong with you? But yes, I will honor the results.
Chad, you and Chet can get the fuck out of here. And that's the one F-bomb that they're allowed.
Yeah.
Pikachu's tail. Some 90s kids clearly remember black detailing. Nope. Okay. Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar win.
Just one. He's already won.
Oscar wins despite winning his first Oscar in 2016 in The Revenant.
Yeah.
A lot of, I mean, that's not really a Mandela. That's like somebody getting robbed.
The Sinbad Genie movie does not exist.
Okay.
That's the big
This
one.
one
That's a big
is
one.
that's a big one. That is a big one. Because I remember Shazam,
I remember
the
Shazam, the Shaq genie movie. Yeah.
or Kazam. No, Kazam is the
Oh, that's right.
real
Shazam.
one. Fuck,
Right.
even I just messed it up. Oh, whatever.
Well, there's a Shazam movie.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
Life.
JFK's car's assassination. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. Back to the left.
Back and to the left. Back into the hey, baby, can you scratch my back real quick, real quick, please? It's like, where do you want me to scratch it? Back
And to the left. Lucy's, you've got some splaining to do.
Was never actually said on the iconic sitcom.
Wow.
Lucy, you have some splaining to do. Might be living in a different universe. Instead, Ricky Film saying, "Splain that if you can," and Lucy, splain.
Lucy's
Interesting.
Ah.
And a lot of these are like real, like long, big reaches. Big reaches. I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely I don't know how we got to this, but I definitely love old school YouTube before it was like before companies showed up.
That's
before
how
business
we got here.
profiles.
That's how we got here, because we get fucking muted on
Yeah.
YouTube. And not YouTube. It's not even YouTube. It's Facebook. Facebook is the one. What bothers me is they don't even give me a chance to dispute it. Like, let me submit a dispute saying, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Like
there's not
thriving
even
in
that.
like
You just
any content creator in the internet in the modern era of internet, because that's the funny thing. Like all of the shit that Facebook gets in trouble for, like, I'm sorry, you can't use copywritten music or whatever. TikTok is like, share this fucking music, say your dumb words over it, like lip sync over it, do your goofy dances, share this music, steal everything, like, and everybody's straight and like there's people that like straight up steal content, and then like or people who are genuinely good creators on there making really interesting content. Like there's this one guy, he rolls a D&D dice to construct his sandwich every day. That motherfucker.
Oh shit, that's great. That's I'm in.
Right? What a good move.
That's
and
a great.
up. Like there's every once in a while, like he's like building it. He's like, okay, go for bread, and he's like, oh, these wonderful sourdough loaf, and he's like, okay, I toasted up, nice. Let's roll for the main, and then he gets a roast beef sandwich. Okay, good. And then he rolls for roughage, and he gets like pickles and lettuce, and then he rolls for what he calls wild magic. And sometimes it's like, throw a hard-boiled egg in there, or add another protein, add this or whatever.
It's funny. I would lose it. Everything sounds okay with me until you said pickles. I was like, oh, I gotta throw the sandwich away.
No, you have to see.
I know. That's the problem with me. It'll be like, oh no, well, I can't eat this.
That's this season. This season last one show.
I would edit that one out. I'd be like, no, that one didn't count. That one didn't count.
He genuinely, like, I mean, that's the trust you have on whoever you're watching, and the guy seems endearing. But I remember there was one sandwich that at the end, the sauce, he rolls like what sauce to put on there, like mustard, mayo, whatever. And he rolls and he gets like, it's like this everything has like everything bagel seasoning on there. Oh, yeah. It's like a fucking salty, like good sandwich. It looks like it's gonna be great. And then he gets marshmallow fluff. That marshmallow fluff, and he gets it. And it is the most, like, watching the dice and how he puts it all together. And then at the end, the camera cuts to him going like, all right, and he shows that he's like, let's eat this motherfucker. And there have been a few that turn out like surprisingly good, where he's like, oh, I didn't expect peanut butter and other random shit and pickles, whatever, go together.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where you could see he's like, yeah, this one's gonna be tough. And he's like, and he eats the whole fucking thing. He's like, none of these flavors work together. This is one soggy like it's and meanwhile I'm there.
You had me at rolling the dice for making a sandwich. I'm like, I'm in. You don't gotta tell me anything else. I'm in.
Enraptured, fully enthralled, like just like, yes, come on. He got M&Ms. He's gonna put M&Ms in his sandwich. Oh shit. Like, it's so exciting.
The thing is, he has to buy all those ingredients. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to like constantly have all those ingredients in his house.
He's got like a sandwich bar now. Like he has to. He made like millions of followers and has had millions of views and likes, and apparently that's money. You get money for that.
Yeah. When you get to a point, yeah.
But he's genuinely creating like
He used to do his own food truck.
That's a first of all great idea. That is a great idea.
You do your own food truck where you fucking roll your own sandwich, and you're like
roll your sandwich, and then,
Yeah.
and if you
call that shit sandwich on a roll, and the logo is dice. What the fuck? Come on, man.
Yes. Okay, we're in.
Come
we're
on.
in.
Somebody with money and actual fucking drive do this shit, right? Like
Somebody steal our idea.
Yeah, I'm just an idea man. Just an idea man. I don't need this actual shit, but
But
that would be great. Be like, hey, do you want to roll? And you like, and like, all right.
If you want to do fudge a roll, you got to pay a little more. If you want to re-roll, you're like, no, I don't really like pickles. You got to re-roll. Otherwise, the cheapest sandwich you can get is 100% random, and they hand it to you.
Right.
Here's your corned beef, marshmallow fluff, and sauerkraut sandwich, and you're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the reason I brought that guy up, besides the fact that I'm enjoying him,
stealing his shit. People are stealing his shit.
Not directly. There's a guy that's like roll for drink, and he's gonna mix cocktails with whatever.
That's not stealing. I'm all right with that. That's fine.
Right, but I don't care. It's not as engaging to me, but because I don't drink. But the everyone in the comments eats him alive. You aren't him.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You sit on a throne of lies.
How dare you, sir? Like, Jesus, God, take it easy.
You soul stealing usurper.
It's a free fucking TikTok channel.
It's a free app. It's a free app.
It's so bad.
I know. We talk about other like platforms on here a lot, but like TikTok has become a thing that is absolutely drugs. It is 100%.
I don't
dopamine
do
rush.
I don't do TikTok, but it's funny because I saw a meme that said I don't do TikTok. I fucking watch a video that somebody I don't watch TikTok videos. I'm massacring what it says, but basically it says I don't watch TikTok videos. I watch them. I watch them on when somebody makes them into a reel 3 months later, like a fucking grown up, and they post it on Instagram. Like,
yeah.
Like
you're always late to the party. Instagram.
Yeah, no, but it's funny because they're like I'm massacring the wording, but it's something to the effect of like I'm not a fucking dumb TikTok kid. I'm a fucking grown up that watches Instagram reels that were fucking that you put those TikTok
that were TikTok videos 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then it says at the end it ends with like a fucking grown up.
What is a grown up?
Oh.
What is it? It was my birthday. And I turned 41, which was harder for me to turn. I felt it more because I'm going through health stuff.
That's the weight, buddy. That's the weight.
No, I was this heavy last year.
I'm kidding. I'm just fucking saying. It's just a funny thing to say. I have no idea. By the way, I have no idea. Like you're always talking about how much weight you've gained. I have zero clue of how much weight you've gained because I don't. First of all, I only see you from the chest up. You know. And then even when I saw you in person, that one time I went to New York, I was too taken aback by how much a fucking Uber cost to think of it.
Yeah, you couldn't focus on anything. It's New York, baby.
It's New York, baby. You know who else gets away with that? Vegas. I thought about that afterwards, by the way.
Oh,
Vegas gets away with that. It's Vegas. Like what? No, you can't. No.
It's Vegas, baby.
Yeah, it's Vegas, baby. It's like, what? No, you killed the hooker. That's a thing, right? You still go to jail.
Hey, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. If I leave, I'm free of those crimes. And like, sir, that's not how laws work. Are you sure? Because I've run away from a
It's kind of like the rock. It's kind of like the Rocket Raccoon thing, where it's like you can't do any more crime. It's like, what if I want something that doesn't belong to me? He's like, yeah, that's stealing. He's like, but what if I want it more than the person who owns it?
I don't think you understand, sir.
But I want it and I don't have it. So how else am I supposed to get it? It's like, that what?
Or the one where he's like, that's actually murder.
That's a big one.
Are you excited for the new Thor?
I am excited for the new Thor. I
Are
Thor
you?
Ragnarok to me is one of my favorites. I very much enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, but then again, I enjoyed Thor: The Dark World. So what the fuck do I know, really?
I've grown much more tolerant in my
You know,
old age.
somebody told me after Endgame, somebody told me that they have found a new respect for Dark World because Endgame kind of fixed it for them. And I'm just
Mm,
like, okay, whatever. I did not like. I don't like Thor Part One, and I didn't like Dark World for a long time, but I can never place my finger on it. And then I went back after 5 years,
mm.
and then rewatched it, and I'm like, this movie is actually pretty fucking dope. Why is everybody shitting on this? Why is it, and including me? I was like, why was I shitting on this for a long time?
You're
I
talking
like
about you're talking about like having not seen Thor Ragnarok, Thor, whatever, the Dark World
Dark World.
without the knowledge of what happens to Loki later. What like any of the
No,
growth.
when it first came out, originally I saw it in theaters when it first came out, Dark World, and I was like, I don't like it, but I don't know why, and I couldn't place my finger on it, and I kept saying that,
Yeah,
I don't know why, I
yeah.
don't know why. And then years later, after many, many other Marvel movies, I went back. I was doing a rewatch, as we all do when another Marvel movie is about to drop. And then
Mhm.
I was like, why don't I like this movie? I'm like, this movie's pretty fucking great. Why is not? And I really enjoy Dark World a lot, Thor Dark World.
I
But I
can't
know I'm on an
say
island by myself. I'm like that. There's nobody else is gonna be like, yeah, man, me too. I've never met that. I've never met my soulmate yet, so it doesn't. It's not gonna happen.
so much of so much of the Marvel MCU turned into a TV series thinking. I mean, like Thor: The Dark World was just a weird episode in season 2. You know what I mean? Like it's just a couple. It was like a weird story arc in season 2 that didn't pay off until later, and they used it creatively later, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like they like because of they're almost like a victim of their own success of building these things. Because if you saw it, like we did our Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness spoiler special, you can go listen to that on go to geekbro.net, find it all there. But all of the Multiverse of Madness stuff, you could not go in blind.
You could not. So I was talking. So a friend of mine, Aries, he really did not like that movie. He thought it was cheesy, and I was like, I don't find Doctor Strange too cheesy at all. Like I was like, and him and I have a because I was like, he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, I fucking loved it. I'm like, bright, just like very excited over Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, jizz.
Yeah. And then he was like, and then him and I were the exact opposites with this movie and with Spider-Man 3. He was all jizzing over Spider-Man 3, and I was like, it was fine. Like I didn't I'm to me, Spider-Man 3 was a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a recommendation, but it's not nothing to write home about and all that shit there. Right. I get it. Men alone on my island. I understand. But my whole point is that when it came down to Doctor Strange 2, I was like, it was the fuck. And he was like, what? It was cheesy and corny. And like, I don't like it. This is the one I like the least of all the Marvel movies. And I was like, really? I was like, all right. But it's,
Do you think that
people have a problem with the TV series now, TV shows now? I think they're starting to, people are starting to have this like oversaturation feeling. I think that's what's starting to happen
yes,
with the general public, not with real comic book geeks. I'm talking about like the fucking general public is starting to have this fatigue of like, oh, okay, I gotta do more homework. They have that kind of attitude towards it. I'm starting to see a lot of that attitude towards it, more so than this is so cool because it connects with the other thing that we saw already. I think now people are starting to have more of the wait, am I gonna have to watch something else before I watch this? I don't want to have to do fucking homework. And I think that's like the double-edged sword of that whole shared universe thing.
I guess
Aries didn't watch any of the fucking what ifs. He didn't watch WandaVision, and I'm like, well, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, WandaVision is
it's really important. Even the what ifs are important in this fucking situation.
this
Maybe
is
not
when those
important. Maybe it's added bonus if you saw the what ifs, but the
Yeah.
WandaVision is a must. Like you need to watch that.
yeah. To be fair, you could watch one like a YouTube, like genuinely, like there's a whole like YouTube platforms
Right.
of people that just do summaries and their interpretations
I
of
did that
things.
for the boys in between season 2 and 3. I was about
Yeah.
to start watching season 3, and I was like, let me remember what
Let me
happened in season
remember what
2.
was going on. Yeah. I did that
Which,
for
by the way, fucking amazing.
The Boys. I
Season
haven't
3.
watched. So that
I'm
I
one
haven't watched.
episode behind, and then in 2 days there's gonna be another episode behind. But I'm
No, okay, I'm caught up. Tomorrow is no Friday. Friday.
Friday.
But
I'm
that's the idea of like the appointment television, the weekly schedules,
Yeah.
like we always talk about. I always talk about being like the premium way to build regular people watching your stuff,
Yeah.
because at a certain point, one thing I am seeing on TikTok is a lot of people responding to what they're watching, like because I watch nerdy stuff. There's a lot of people on TikTok, and there's one thing that's interesting is like seeing younger people who weren't born when the originals came out. That when Iron Man back in 2008, they were, and you
Wow,
see,
you're talking about kids. You're talking about
yeah,
children.
man, like little kids. Basically, like their parents are filming them watching all of the movies again, like people would do for us for fucking Star Wars if they could.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting to see like generationally what clicks with people, and one of the things that
My kids are watching the original Full House right now.
the original Full House.
Yeah, because they've already watched Fuller House. So they've watched Fuller House, and in Fuller House every so often they'll show a flashback to a Full House episode.
Yes.
And my kids are like, "Oh, I want to watch Full House. I want to watch Full House." And then I was like, "All right." And then we found it on HBO Max, and I started showing them, and then and they're like, "Now," and it's so funny, like, "Oh my god, Kimmy Gibbler's in this one," and it's like because she's a main character in Fuller House from the very beginning of Fuller House, so they went ape shit when she appeared in like episode 10 of season 1.
Yeah, because she wasn't. Yeah,
and then I was like, "What?" Yeah, and like it's a whole like watching, and then they're like, "No, but in the original," and I'm like, "This is the original, bitch. This is like not."
Don't speak of the old magics to me, witch. I was there when they were written.
Yeah, I asked him today a tough question, and my daughter had a tough, like, she took a minute to answer. I was like, "What did you like better, Full House or Family Matters?" It's unfair to ask her that because she hasn't seen Family Matters in like 10 months, and for a kid, 10 months might as well be fucking 10 years.
Yes.
So she was like, and it took her like a good like minute, and she was like, Full House, but she's so into Full House right now.
Yeah, of course.
That she's into now Simpsons. She started watching The Simpsons from season 1, episode 1.
Oh no!
Like she was, I was like, you're gonna be done in a year.
Yeah, that's gonna take you a long time.
Well, she binge watches that shit. She's like fine, and she'll watch it on her iPad, and then she'll have Fuller House or Full House on the TV while she's watching the Simpsons.
Wow, like crossing the streams.
Like, for those of you who are judging me for my parenting, it's summer break. I don't give a fuck right now. I'm like, do whatever you got to do, man.
Yeah.
I get it. It's summer break.
Is there anything that's come up that you have elected that she wait till later? Not no, but don't watch this right now. Or
there's current stuff, not old school stuff. There's current stuff that I'm like that she really likes Big Bang, but Big Bang is a lot of sex innuendos. It's a lot about I gotta go on a date. Me and we hooked up, and it's a lot of like they're not saying fucking, but they will say sex, and I'm just like, Mom, and I tell her, like, I explain it to her, and she's completely like, okay, she understands the rules. She likes that show, and the sex joke,
goofiness of the characters, not necessarily the writing.
Yeah, and for watching them go into a comic book shop, and like it, like she sees, look at my fucking office with Funkos and shit. She's like, oh man, look, they have a Funko. Look, Poppy, he's wearing a Batman shirt, and so that's like that type of deal. And she doesn't understand the sexual innuendos. At least she didn't 2 years ago when I told her she has to wait. When she was 8, I was like, you can't, because I tried watching a few episodes with her, maybe like I would say like 6 or 7 episodes, and I was like, it's too much. It's too many.
It's too adult. Yeah.
It's too. Everything is. All storylines revolve around outside storylines are fine, but all the main storylines are about dating, hooking up, marriage, fucking. Like that's like the main core of the point of that show.
You know how these nerds are.
Yeah, and it's literally like, I haven't had sex. Oh yeah, well, at least I've had sex with a real woman. It's like those are real conversations that take place in the show, and I'm like, and I'm fine with having those conversations with her watching that when she's 15, but it's like you can't at 8.
That's too young. Yeah.
It's
But is there anything that you've caught her watching that you said, "Hey, you're not allowed to watch this"? And
no, she's really good about like my
she has
daughter's really
always been
good.
really good about that.
My daughter's really good about self-editing. Like she'll get she once told me I want to do comedy when I grow up. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And as I was saying, like, oh, that's very nice, that's very sweet, she was like, she literally interrupted my thought of saying something
Like,
with
don't support me too much, fucker.
yeah, no, but she was about to say, I was about to say something, and then she goes, but I'm not gonna say bad words like you. And I was like, you're judging, you're gonna how about go fuck yourself? How about that? How about go fuck yourself? You're gonna judge my fucking art? You're gonna just because now you're gonna censor my art, bitch?
Are you highbrowing me right now? You little piece of shit.
What the fuck out of here? Okay,
How dare
fucking
you?
psycho, shut the fuck up.
How about I stop? I'm gonna do this. I'll only feed you if I curse.
Yeah.
Get
How
ready
about
for
you-
some fucking French fries.
How about I only feed you on this based upon what I make from the sets that I don't curse? How about that?
All the clean sets money, that's you.
That's your money.
That's your money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I was
I
like,
know.
yeah.
I've been,
Yeah.
you know, like I've been having a lull, like of what to watch.
But
Like,
she like even cartoons like Family Guy, like she'll see the ad and I go, no, those aren't those cartoons. I explained to her, here's the thing. You and I are at the age where when we were kids, all cartoons were for kids.
yeah, like
Right.
that's why
All
Simpsons
cartoons
was such a huge deal.
Right. So it got to like now when she was 6 or 7 years old, and I would say, no, that cartoon, like when that movie came out, the Seth Rogen movie, the one with the food that talks,
Oh, sausage party.
She was like, okay, we'll see that movie, and I will say, oh, that's not made for kids. I know it's a cartoon, but it's not made for
It
kids.
doesn't compute in her brain.
No.
She's like, but
No,
it's a computer sausage.
It's the opposite. In her mind, she's like, oh, okay. It's totally normal for her because she does not come from a world where every single cartoon was made for kids. We do. So
Yeah.
when you tell somebody who was born in 2011, hey, you know, this cartoon is not made for kids, you're like, oh, okay. Like they don't understand. They never lived in a world where what are you talking about? Where that wouldn't make sense. So they're fully aware. Like so, Family Guy, Sausage Party, like all those things. I'm like, oh, yeah, we can't watch that. That's not made for kids. And she's like,
I will
okay.
tell you one of my favorite animated shows that was for adults is only available on Crackle, I think.
Mhm.
And it is The Critic with John Lovitz.
John hated it.
It
stunk.
stinks.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. Like
I remember
my-
loving it, but I don't remember. I don't know if it holds up because I haven't seen it in God knows how long. But I do remember loving it when it was airing. I would watch
God, the nostalgia bomb.
It would start right after The Simpsons. So I would watch The Simpsons and it aired right after The Simpsons. So
Yeah.
and I remember at one point, like one of the jokes was that a fellow critic was writing positive reviews for a shit movie based upon the gifts that the studio was giving. He's like, I'm gonna report you to the board of critics or whatever. And they're like, oh, they're right over there, and they're all eating from the buffet or the fucking made by the studio.
Yeah.
They're all like, what? So
Oh man, Crackle. Shit. Now I gotta know what. All right. I'm sure it exists
I'm
somewhere.
trying to find
for
somebody who
purchase,
has
but I watch it.
Showtime. I'm trying to find somebody who has Showtime. I'm like, I need Showtime.
I just had to. I wanted to watch the goddamn Abyss. I wanted to show my wife the movie The Abyss.
No. DVD,
What?
buddy. You can't find it. It's nowhere.
It does not exist anywhere except
So-
for Stars. Stars had it, and I signed up for that free 7-day thing, and I have to cancel it actually because I'm like, oh, hold on a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah. So that one, and so there's a conversation by Ryan Reynolds and I forget who else that they on Twitter they added James Cameron. They were like, hey, James Cameron at James Cameron, when are you gonna hook me up with the one with Arnold, True Lies? We're gonna watch True Lies because they don't have True Lies on digital either, right? Because digital is taken from when they make a Blu-ray. Like they have to,
Right.
So it's like so they don't have that. And then Ryan Reynolds responded with like, "You think that's bad? Try finding the abyss." And then this was last year, and then Cameron responded to both of them because I know guys, I'm working on it. It's just taking some time because he's working on like fucking 6 different movies. And he sits there. It's not just like make it digital. Like he sits there and reworks every fucking because he's James fucking Cameron. Bro.
He's James Cameron, but also like I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about these
yeah.
Avatar movies.
Yeah,
I do not care.
See, here's the thing, right? Everybody, that's I think the easy thing to say is I don't care about that Avatar thing. Have you rewatched Avatar?
No,
It's fucking amazing, bro. I rewatched it like a year ago, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing it's so great. Except that when you don't watch it, when you don't rewatch it, you don't give a fuck about it. I'm like, I was in the same boat. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about it. And then I was like, you know what? Let me rewatch it because I haven't watched it since it came out in theaters.
Fine. You know what? Fine.
And I rewatched it. And I was like,
I'll put it.
It's brilliant. It really is so good.
I'll put it in my thing.
It's really good, but I get why you don't care about it because it's been 4 years. And I think the reason why most people don't rewatch it, at least me, let me speak for myself. The reason I didn't rewatch it more often after it came out is because we found out about sequels in the works immediately afterwards.
Right.
I was just like, I'll wait for the sequels, but we didn't anticipate that it was going to take 10 fucking years for a sequel.
Yeah. At this point, it's like a requel. It's like they got to reintroduce that whole fucking world to us.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Animal Kingdom.
That's what he's going to do. That's why he's taking it underwater this time, which is...
That's kind of his thing, too. Like, that motherfucker makes movies just to build submarines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, well, I have 16. Him and it's like Tom Cruise with planes. He's like, well, where's the plane in this movie? He's like, no, this movie's not based on planes. Yeah, but I own planes, so we have to put planes in this fucking movie. It's like every movie there's a plane in every fucking Tom Cruise movie.
I wonder if Tom Cruise gets the scripts to movies and he goes like flip. Okay, I can run here. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, and he puts
all
right. I'm doing it.
Bio is the best fucking bio ever. Have you seen his Twitter bio?
Tom Cruise?
Put up Tom Cruise's Twitter. His bio is unfucking beatable. Remember when that guy talked shit about you on Facebook or something, and you go, "Oh, you just made that my new Instagram, my new bio."
Oh yeah, oh god, what does it call?
I forgot what it was, but it was something like Sasquatch, or I don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, man, giant something bitch boy. I remember bitch boy. Yeah. Tom Cruise, actor, producer, running in movies since 1981. Fuck, that's pretty good.
It's so good. It's like, oh man, he knows. He's aware. He's self-aware. It's fine.
I mean,
and I
watched
Do the Right
power
Thing
of Xenu to do all his marketing.
I watched the Do the Right Thing the other day. All the Right Moves. I'm sorry, All the Right Moves. And I'm just like, man, this motherfucker does love running. Shit, he's even when he was a kid, he's like, I mean, he just loves running in every fucking movie, man.
In The Firm, he runs in The Firm. He's a lawyer in that movie. Why are you running?
If you watch All the Right Moves, this dude runs at the end of the movie when there was not the end, but it was like maybe 10 minutes left in the movie. But he's having an argument with fucking Craig T. Nelson, which was in the movie his football coach, right? His football coach, fucking blackballs him from colleges, and he fucking gets mad at him and he tells him off. Tom Cruise is being the fucking cool guy and walking away from a grown-up, like, fuck you, you did wrong, and leaves Craig T. Nelson with his fucking words, like trying to apologize, and he's like, no, fuck you, you fucked up, and turns around and walks away, right? As Craig T. Nelson's trying to fucking talk to him, he goes, nah, I don't want to hear your shit, and he's doing that whole walk away, which in itself cinematically has been done a million times, and it's fucking great. It works. It shows the audience he's fucking choosing to walk away from this guy. And what does he start doing? 10 steps after as he's walking away, he starts fucking running. And I'm talking about fucking Tom Cruise, 22 years old, hauling ass, and you're like,
yeah.
And
young Tom Cruise run,
and they keep showing him running from like the long. They show like him getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're like, what? At one point, he jumps up and hits a stop sign. And you're like, but there's no reason for that. There's no reason.
He was young and full of energy. He hadn't developed into the. Oh, he's still doing it at 58, whatever. How old he is?
Now he's just running on planes. All right, that's fine.
Here's the thing I respect about Tom Cruise. That guy genuinely is making fucking movies all the time. Like he's doing next level movie things all the time, to the point where like there's an interview with Simon Pegg, who was in the Mission Impossibles with him, where they're like, oh, and then so Tom's gonna drive the car here and do this stunt and whatever, and they're like, are you sure Tom should be doing it? You should get your best guy to do it. And then they all kind of like looked around and like,
Yeah,
Tom is the best guy.
Tom is our best guy.
Tom is our best guy. And it's like, how are you the star of the movie and the best driver of all of stunt driving?
Yeah.
Like
that's his. Did you see finally Top Gun 2? Did you finally see it?
No, because it is not available at home yet. So I have not seen it. I refuse to watch a bootleg. I refuse to watch a bootleg.
I gotta be honest with you, man. My only disappointment is that I haven't been able to see it in theaters again. I only saw it in theaters once. That's fucking made for theater entertainment. Like that fucking the sound system and the fucking jets and all that shit. There, and I know
man, it's top fucking. You and I went to go watch the Top Gun 3D remake
together. It wasn't really 3D. It was a 20th anniversary release. It wasn't 3D.
Okay. Well, either way, we went to go watch
Top
Gun.
We off to it in 3D, but it was not.
It was 4D. The strings were coming at us.
Well, dude, so I showed my wife the original Top Gun because she has never seen it. So I showed it to her recently. Like I'm talking about, like right after Part 2 came out. I showed her the original. She had never seen it.
She watched the second one first?
No, she didn't watch it. She didn't watch the second one. So I showed her the first one, and she was watching the movie. And she was like, "Hey, this is really gay, though, right?" Like she said it like, you gotta understand. She has zero knowledge of this movie, so she doesn't know. I'm like, yeah, man. The 80s were very homoerotic. It was very like. And this was like the manly movie.
It wasn't even trying to be anything but this.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking sweaty. Everybody's glistening
in jeans. You're sweaty. You're playing volleyball in jeans.
It's jeans.
There's no reason.
Everyone is fucking just the best.
I gotta be honest with you, it's a little hard to watch the original now because you're like, oh, they're playing the same two songs over and over again. This is getting a little bit fucking redundant now. That and Take My Breath Away. You're like, all right, guys. All right.
In the second one, they did that a bunch?
No, I'm talking about the first one. So after you gotta watch the second. I legitimately love the second one. So I feel as if it is a far, and I mean fucking far superior movie to the first. In every fucking ship shape and way. Like there is no possible. There's nothing that the first.
And you know how much I love that first Top Gun for.
That's what I'm saying.
For all the reasons.
I love the first Top Gun, but after watching the second one, I went back to watch the first one to show it to my wife, and I was like, okay, it's one of those things where you go, okay, this 80s, it's early 90s. Okay.
No, it was 86.
Yeah, so it's fucking.
I like how you're like, the homoeroticness.
Yeah. I don't even care about the homoeroticness. I care about like shit that my wife pointed out. She's like, they're playing the same 2 or 3 songs every 5 minutes.
Those are the themes of their characters.
But again, it's the same 2 or 3 every 5 minutes. It's not like you play the same song twice. There's multiple times.
It's their theme. Shut up. Yeah. I do love the idea of like someone watching, like I do love the idea of like men, like douchey conservative dudes that are like military, like
those F-bombs paid for Fuller House. Goddamn right they did. Goddamn right they did. Rookie says Avatar never has a movie made so much money while having zero cultural impact.
I think, yeah, that's true. Like nobody. What was the main character's name in Avatar? That dude,
Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
There's Papa Smurf. There's Smurfette. There's Brainy Smurf.
What were they trying to save?
Oh, unobtainium.
No.
Yes,
they were not trying to save the unobtainium.
They were trying to save the tree because the thing, the unobtainium, was underneath the tree. Both answers are correct.
The fact that it's called unobtainium.
That's why I remember
hilarious.
That's why I remember it, because it's such a fucking awful name. It's such an awful name that you go, this is a major movie studio fucking script. Like this is
They
nobody.
could
I
they
I feel
couldn't
like
have
it was
come
a
up with another
placeholder.
name.
I feel like it was a placeholder, and they just forgot to go back and actually name it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, yeah. It's
You
like,
think like in the script, like
yeah, the
nobody,
script
everyone.
is unobtainium in quotes, and it says we'll figure it
Fix
out
it. Yeah,
later.
we'll
Like,
fix it later. We'll fix it in the
yeah,
later drafts. And then
yeah.
by the end, they're like, literally, James Cameron's like, okay, and action. And then he hears them say the words unobtainium for the first time, and he's like, okay, cut.
No, I think it was more like he's doing other shit. Like he's like, yeah, okay, so this has to be in the CGI in the tree. Yeah, action. And then what we gotta do is we gotta move it over here. Yeah, unobtainium, blah blah. And he goes, yeah, perfect, good. So we got the CGI
Right.
perfect, we got the CGI right. And he just left unobtainium, and it's such a stupid name.
Yeah. If
That
you had to gun to your head right now, rapid fire, Mount Rushmore of Tom Cruise movies, what would be on there? Like,
Top Gun 2,
like from the hip.
Top Gun 2, The Last Samurai.
Mhm.
Let me see here from the hip here without thinking, huh? Man, I enjoyed War of the Worlds a lot. I don't know if I would put that on my mountain
Ooh,
though.
that's a good one.
Vanilla Sky, I like.
If you're watching, if you're in the comments, post your Tom Cruise top 4. Bang
top 4.
4 Tom Cruises
I
that
know
you
2. Top Gun Maverick is up there. The Last Samurai for sure is up there.
Maverick, not both. So you can not Top Gun.
No. I'm done with part 1.
You're done with it. You put it away.
Part 2,
like
yeah.
Andy with his toys.
Part 1, Top Gun Part 1 is now something that I will only watch when I gotta show somebody before I show somebody part 2. Like you gotta watch this in order. Like it's now become, Doctor Strange 1. I'm like, I gotta show you this in order to show you the next one. I can't.
Oh, Pico dropped a good one. Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah. Minority Report is fucking dope. I don't have his IMDb with me in front of me, but just
that's
from
the thing. It's like off the top of your head, off the dome.
Minority Report, I just rewatched again like a week ago. It was on the cruise ships, and I was like, yes, I will watch this.
Yeah.
I was like flipping through the channels. I'm like, yes, actually, I will. Tropic Thunder is his best performance, but that's not a Tom Cruise movie. My opinion.
That is a caveat that we have.
Easily his best performance.
One of his most memorable performances. So mine is, there's a couple there for sure. The Top Gun, until I see Top Gun.
Right. I got you.
Top Gun Legend from the Little Fairy, the fantasy movie.
Awful. That movie
it's so bad, but I love it.
It does it. I found out after watching it, and I watched it for the first time like 2 years ago. My question to a friend of mine was, "Hey, did this movie have a lot of? Was there a lot of studio interference?" And he goes, "Bro, you have no fucking idea." And I did some research, and yes, the studio was so fucking like giving notes, and then basically they put out a movie that was shit. It didn't make any sense. Like the script, it was
kept
very
changing shit.
up. Yeah. And then that's why if you watch it, you have to watch like the director's cut. It's a Ridley Scott movie, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit, I actually don't remember.
I think. And if anybody knows anything about Ridley Scott movies, is that he gets 13 tries at each one.
He let that guy do a lot, man.
Somebody once said, another director goes, Ridley's the only. He's like, it's not fair. Like every other director only gets one shot at making a movie, and Ridley gets 3 or 4 cracks at it at every one.
That's pretty good. It's on let's see, Apple TV for $4. You can buy Legend, and it is a very young Tom Cruise doing an odd British accent. I will put on there also.
You're gonna put that one though? That's the one you're gonna put?
I love it, man. It's what I think of when I think
of over Risky Business.
I've never seen Risky Business.
Ooh.
I know.
Man, let me tell you something. Young Neri watching Risky Business, man. I found myself with that one. He fucks Rebecca De Renee in a fucking sub train, dude.
In the subway?
In a subway.
First of all, as someone who rides the subway every day, it's so gross.
No, it was like an empty. First of all, I don't think this is. I don't believe this is in New York. I think this is L.A. Maybe I'm wrong.
Or some train.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those trains that's very empty in the middle of the night, and there's only one homeless guy, and he wouldn't fucking get off, and they finally paid him so he could get the fuck off the train.
Imagine if they pay the homeless guy and then he gets off at one stop and then like another homeless guy walks on and they're like, ask him for money so they can fuck. So, yeah, no, for me, it's what did I say? Top Gun,
Okay.
Legend. I
Mhm.
will say the very first Mission Impossible movie, but I love all of the Mission
All of
Impossibles.
them are great.
All of them are so
it's hard
fun.
to choose. Yeah.
Yeah, but that first one that doesn't understand what the internet is just very charming to me when they don't understand like what he's like.
Emilio
This
Estevez.
disc, yeah. Emilio Estevez is in the trailer longer than he's in the movie. And then I don't know, the fourth slot might be difficult. I love Jack Reacher.
Woo! Good one.
But Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. I think Edge of Tomorrow will be my number 3. Edge of Tomorrow.
Collateral's good too. No, but I would have to say Jack Reacher. I like Jack Reacher. I actually like the books. So like the fact that they made it into a movie at all.
Did you watch
now
the
that
show?
it's a TV show, yeah, I like it. It's very much like the books where it's like
So good. The TV show.
Don't
so
think
good.
too much though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just it goes. Just it's off to a new thing. He's a big giant man who beats things up for justice. Go ahead.
Justice.
But yeah, justice. Should we get to an Am I the Asshole?
I'm trying to think of my number 4. Just off
Oh.
the hip. I'm trying to think of my number 4 because like so far I got Top Gun Maverick. I got what's it called? The Last Samurai. Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah.
If you go, do you want to go classic Tom Cruise or new Tom Cruise?
It's all classic, baby. The man, all he does is build classics.
All he
That's all
does is build classic and support terrible cult organization.
It's fine. I can compartmentalize. I'm not fucking having I'm not. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like. It's so weird to have that conversation with people because it's like Missy's one of those people where everything comes back around to like the most negative aspect of any kind of celebrity. It's like, man, did you see so and so's new movie? Well, I fucking saw when his religion took 3 people. I'm like, all right, I don't like. Did you see blah blah blah? Like I saw when so and so the Republican put. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Like everything comes around to like the most negative of it. I'm like, oh okay, well, I guess I'll go watch Maverick. It's fine.
Oh, I just looked another one up. The Color of Money. Fuck.
I don't think I've seen Color of Money. I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I've seen that in the cable edit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the whole thing.
The Firm, fucking good movie.
I haven't seen The Firm. Never saw The Firm.
It's good.
I saw Rainmaker the other day for the first time.
Rainmaker?
Like 3 years ago. Matt Damon.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie for some reason.
Really?
I love it.
It was okay. I thought it was good, but I don't. Favorite movie.
I was obsessed. So I loved the for that. I think that was like the movie that really turned me into the hating of corporate health insurance companies.
That's the one we have to blame. Okay.
That I think like everyone has a moment when they realize they've been radicalized, when they look back and you're like, oh my god, that is why I fucking hate cops or whatever it is. Right. Like everyone has a moment. Mine was like, oh, I watched this movie about a kid who dies of leukemia and the insurance company because the insurance company didn't want to pay for treatment, and then they sue and they win and it's victorious. And it's like, yeah, fuck those people. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good movie. Rain Man. But he's not.
Rain Man's great. He's really good in that.
It's great. Oh my god, I have to watch Days of Thunder again.
Jerry
Maguire, Few Good Men.
Oh, that's it. Done. We're done. That's it. Number 4. That's my number 4. There you go.
Few Good Men.
Yeah, and I get action. I get drama. I get a little bit
courtroom scenes with intense drama.
Unbeatable. Yeah. I went. I worked for a corporate company years ago where they had me go in to represent the company as the face of the company. I wasn't the lawyer, obviously, but I went there and there was a trial thing. There was like and it was like very, very not what movies painted. And I was like, this is not this thing.
Yeah, this sucks, man.
There's no jury.
All these movies lied to me.
Yeah, there's no like dramatic like. And how do you explain this, madam? There was none of that shit. And you're like, oh, okay.
I said permission to treat the witness as hostile. Oh, are they gonna fight?
Yeah.
He's just gonna yell loud.
I will say though, you know what trial was like that was the Johnny Depp and fucking Amber Heard.
That was very cinematic.
That was very cinematic. I was like, are you guys being this cinematic because there's actors involved, or there's an actor and then Amber Heard? Why why are you guys being this cinematic?
Oh my god. Speaking of assholes, let's go to Am I the Asshole?
For shitting on my ex-husband's bed.
Am I the asshole for am I the asshole for not stopping my husband from yodeling every time my mother-in-law asks me about having a baby? I just love that title already. Am I the asshole?
You said yodeling. I'm like, that's not a word you hear every day. Right? Yodeling, like what? Okay.
I, 27 female, am married to my husband, 28 male, who we'll call Keith. We've been married 3 years now. My mother-in-law, who we'll call Beth, and I have never had the best relationship, and at times we've gone low contact because of it. She has never wished me a happy birthday or gotten me any kind of present that wasn't an attachment to my husband's. She refused to come to.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Like,
oh, I read it wrong. That wasn't an attachment of my husband's.
I don't understand what that means.
Like any the present is for the husband, and then also you can bring your wife.
She needs to give an example. Like what? Like
I
a
don't
blender?
know. I don't
like
know. Let's keep reading. Let's discover. She refused to come to any big events for me. Like I got my master's last year, and she said it wasn't a big enough deal to drive an hour to celebrate.
An hour. She didn't even mean a day or something. She meant an hour. Hilarious.
And things of that nature. I've grown to just have thick skin, but also my husband normally handles everything for me. He very much is my bodyguard around her and stops her every time she tries to say anything. But it has never stopped her much anyway. Beth's new big thing is kids. She has wanted us to have a baby since before we were married. Weird. She has an older son who is unmarried and will probably never have kids. So is this about my brother and me? Who will probably never have kids. So she always tells Keith that he is her last hope for true happiness and always tries to bribe us into kids. Last year, she told us if we got pregnant that she would buy us a house, and she meant it. Damn, fucking people, rich people. This woman wants a grandbaby. However,
all caps. Wants is all caps.
Wants a grandbaby. However, it's gotten to the point where it's all she talks about. She never asks me about work, my hobbies, my family, or anything now. She basically only talks to me about children. My husband and I want kids, but just on our own time. This started really upsetting me, and it made my husband angry. Something to know: my husband jokingly learned how to yodel when he was in high school.
No.
What race of people are we talking about right now?
Clearly white people, but
white people.
Here's the thing: it wasn't a joke to him.
It was not a joke. You do not do something joke.
Yeah. He that's what he told people. Like, no, I'm doing it as a joke to be funny, but he really loved every minute of.
He was just he's white, white. So learned how to yodel in high school. Yodel is a loose term too. It's more like it's more he makes a loud, obnoxious sound for a long period of time and calls it yodeling. Okay, that's pretty funny.
He watches. he saw Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. A couple of months ago, when we saw his parents, Beth started to make a baby comment again, and he got so irritated he just started to loudly yodel. like if you're like, hey, so when are you having those go? A couple of months. Oh no. I started to loudly yodel. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, and immediately shut her up. Ever since, he does this every time she asks about a kid. This is where I might be the asshole. We went out for his parents' anniversary at a very nice restaurant. It was just his immediate family, parents, brother, Keith, me. And beforehand, he told his mom very nicely that we would appreciate no baby talk. Well, she didn't care and thought because we were somewhere nice, my husband wouldn't yodel, and she was wrong. He did it for so loud and so long that everyone in the restaurant was staring by the end. It embarrassed her so badly, she almost started crying. His dad thinks that we are major a-holes for ruining their anniversary dinner, and we could have just ignored her. My husband feels justified in what he did, and his brother doesn't really care. I mostly feel bad because I should have stopped this a while ago and made us talk like adults, but it's just never worked in the past, and I feel really bad about ruining her dinner. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I think everybody here is involved is the asshole. Like
Kinda.
everybody sucks.
Kinda.
Everybody sucks. Yeah, and so all right. So unpopular opinion. I kind of I don't know what it's like to have parents or in-laws ask about a baby because we kind of gave them babies before they
Yeah.
asked for it. And so and we kept giving them babies and like we're done with the baby. We're done with the grandkids. You don't need to have any more. And like, here's another one. So
Another one.
yeah, and another one. Um Ricky says that he's a GD hero.
The GD hero.
But here's the thing. So I can't relate to those people who are in a situation where they're like, oh, my parents are always asking me for grandkids because I've never been in that situation, right? From a perspective of an older generation, I could understand them like, hey, when am I gonna have a grandkid? Now obviously there's a line and there's like a threshold, and you don't want to be annoying about it, but like, if you never ask about grandchildren, what doesn't that mean that you don't care enough to even want them? You know what I mean?
Here's what I think this is. This is a have you ever been in have you ever been in a show where someone is laughing too hard and loud that it takes attention away from the show?
Yeah.
This is like
Those are the toughest hecklers to navigate around
because they love you.
Because all they're doing is like, no, but I love you, but you're funny, and it's like, yeah, but you're.
And how are you going to discourage someone? That's
if there
just how I laugh.
If there was a comedy stenographer,
right?
They, you know what I mean? They can be like, can you read that back? She said, ha ha ha! Oh my god, that is so funny! Oh my god, that is so funny! I love this so much.
Right?
Like, yeah, but the
how
way,
is that bad, sir?
But the way she said it, you don't understand.
She was laughing in a way. Are you fucking with me? With that laugh, is that real? Because there's tons of those videos. I love those videos where the people are like have a weird or funny laugh and then forget it, like it's over. But in this particular case, he's not arguing with her. He's not saying she's wrong. He's saying, hey, please don't talk about baby stuff with me and my wife. Like, just don't. And to in all fairness, I don't think the wife's an asshole at all. Her husband can do whatever he wants.
Right, but she also didn't stop it. She mentioned it. She didn't stop it.
She didn't stop it, but also like her mom didn't stop it either.
Again, everybody. I'm not blaming one person. I'm saying everybody is to some extent an asshole to some extent. Maybe the dad's not an asshole so much.
Maybe. I know the younger brother is like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, there's degrees of this shit. And it's like the dad could be seen as an asshole for him not stopping his wife from fucking asking, hey, the fucking kid, they don't want they don't want you to talk about that shit. Shut the fuck up. Leave them alone. Why are you gonna bring this shit up? They asked you not to fucking talk about it. Why'd you bring it up during our anniversary dinner?
God, you know what's fucked up? I learned this is what the internet does. It teaches you phrases you never want to learn. Emotional incest. Have you ever heard of that phrase? It's when usually mothers get so hyper protective of their sons because that's the love that they feel, that like that's how they have the gratification that they feel.
Their identity.
Yes. And it's like such a weird. I mean, it's such like a don't look it up. It also that Google search will bring up porn. the
surprised I haven't already seen it.
yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen a definition based upon how much of that porn I watch.
Like you would have stumbled across a Wikipedia entry.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, oh shit, I tried
that's
it.
what I've been searching.
Oh, the thing.
That makes so
Oh,
much
okay.
sense. No, but it's like where these emotional relationships go like to
I
an
love it.
unhealthy level.
By the way, I have friends that they say like, I don't watch those porn. That's fucking. I'm like, that's just wrong. And blah blah. I'm like, they're not real though, right?
Yeah.
They're not really related. These are porn actors. Who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? Like, they're just fucking. Like, who cares if they
What's his name?
if two actors read a line that goes, but mom, like the lady's 3 years younger than him. What are you talking about? That's not his real mom.
Oh,
like,
man.
it's
This is the comment of the show. We got to make a T-shirt out of this comment. How many times does your mom have to ask you to spooge in your wife before you're justified in yodeling at her?
That's the next T-shirt. By the way, we have a new Kickflix shirt. By the way,
Oh man,
I wore it the other day. I forgot to. I should have worn it today.
a new
the
one,
new-
not the big K. I have the big K.
Well, no, the new one has a definition. It has a definition.
Oh,
and it talks,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say I do not think he's not an asshole, but the husband is definitely a troll.
But that's what trolls are. Trolls are assholes. They're just like he
I
just
just
made
think
it
it's
funny.
justified.
I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm saying you're still not. Mike, if I go up to you and slap you in the face and then you punch me, it's justified what you did, but it's still assault what you did, right? Like you still
No,
assaulted
it's self-defense. Like you struck
Yeah, but you still assaulted me, right?
In the eyes of the court, we have to get a good
Like again,
courtroom
it's
drama together.
It's one of those things like two wrongs don't make a right. Like it's completely justifiable.
It's absolutely justifiable. If
It's actually justifiable.
If you come swinging at me and I
no, I'm not swinging. I'm just saying. But if I go up to you, right, and I just like slap you, and then you punch me, and you're like, "Wow, he shouldn't have punched him." He's like, "But he shouldn't have slapped." Like it's one of those things that's like two wrong. They're both wrong, and you're right. It's justifiable. I'm not saying that what the husband's reaction, and it's hilarious.
I just think it's so silly. Like it's like when they were like when they had like what's that dictator in the Central America that they had him like locked in his compound, and then they played like music like Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping for like 4 days in a row, where it's like psychological warfare. They're not
did that. That's funny. When was that?
I don't remember who it was, or like Barney. They played like Barney songs at him. It was like it's psychological warfare, and like that's what he's doing. He's just confusing the enemy, obfuscating the true intent. When every time it's like, hey, so when you're having a baby, he just starts going like loud, loud enough for you to be like, we told you this was going to happen. We warned you, and you persisted in your line of questioning. I'd like that yodeling stricken from the record, Your Honor.
They used Guns N' Roses to make a dictator give up.
Oh, okay.
And Manuel Noriega, I should have known this. Panama's he's Panamanian, he's not gonna Windsor, but you get what I'm saying. Panama's former dictator Manuel Noriega, after giving up at a prison near Panama City in December. Yeah, he is the U.S. military invaded Panama in hot pursuit of the country's dictator, Manuel Noriega, in December 1989. As he rapidly ran out of options, Noriega took refuge in the Vatican embassy in Panama City. In deference to diplomatic protocol, U.S. forces did not enter the embassy, but they did concord a plan to smoke out Noriega, who died Monday at the age of 83. Okay. The plan involved music, mostly heavy metal and rock, with a few ballads thrown in. It was blasted on loudspeakers at deafening volumes around the clock. Here's a small sampling of the playlist designed to send Noriega a musical message. Give Up by Casey and the Sunshine Band. No More Mr. Nice Guy by Alice Cooper. And
you want to know something? This entire list is available on Spotify under Manuel Noriega Torture Playlist.
That's hilarious. Paranoid by Black Sabbath. The U.S. military launched the operation on December 20th, 1989 to seize Noriega, who had once been a U.S. ally but was, by this point, wanted on drug trafficking charges.
Panama?
Yeah.
This is like a classic rock best of best. This is a great
This is a jam. I'm working out to this motherfucker.
This is shit. Fucking we're not gonna take it, Twisted Sister. Hell yeah, fucking
Fuck
rock
yeah,
on,
man.
baby.
This is boat rock, isn't this? What is it called? Boat rock? Is that what it's
Butt
called?
rock.
Yacht rock.
No,
Right?
yacht rock is like Kenny Loggins and
Uh,
Hall and Oates and things.
okay.
This is classic rock. This is
Yeah. Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. The End by The Doors. After several days in a row, Noriega was allowed to enter the Vatican embassy, but with the request streaming in, the U.S. ramped up after the holidays.
I love that Jungle Love is on there. Steve Miller Band, Jungle Love.
Yeah. This is you know, the funny thing is this you're right. This is what Noriega reportedly partial to opera. What he got was Panama from Van Halen, which is hilarious.
That's great.
I mean, that's great. You get it because they're in Panama City. God damn it. Come on, man. This is work. Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins, and Refugee by Tom Petty.
This Means War by Joan Jett.
Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yes. The American military Rick rolled Manuel Noriega. Fuck, that's good. I can't beat that. That's it.
Come on, man. Come on. That playlist is dope. Fuck. I'm in.
Yeah.
God, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Oh man, we did it. We talked about
everyone's an asshole.
Everyone is an asshole. Manuel Noriega is an asshole.
Yeah.
The people who selected that playlist, fucking awesome.
Yeah, those guys.
And
rules.
Tom Cruise Improv Mountain.
Here's a real question. Quick question. When are they gonna give them a grandbaby though?
I don't even know how to yodel.
Because you're not white.
Because I didn't learn it in high school as a joke. I was just learning it.
Joking.
I committed 8 hours of my evenings. I missed homework assignments as a joke.
You ever do that where you start listening to something as a joke and you end up liking it?
I don't know if I've ever.
I did that when I was a kid. I'm talking about 4th grade. It was New Kids on the Block. I would make fun of my sister. I would make fun of my sisters and my sister one. I would make fun of my sister and her friends, and I ended up fucking liking the song.
That's your fault.
Yeah,
that's on you.
I fucking rickrolled myself, I guess.
You want to know what album I loved and I had the tape of, and I would play it until it broke as a kid?
Marky Mark.
No, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Coming Out of Our Shells tour. Mm-hmm. I had that somewhere.
Go Ninja, and I would, Ninja,
huh?
My daughter would love Go Ninja.
No,
it's
Ninja
the rap.
Fucking oh god,
it's part 1. You talking about part 1?
It's coming out. Yes, Coming Out of Our Shells, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
With songs such as
Coming Out of Our Shells, Sing About It, Tubin, Skipping Stones, Pizza Power, Walk Straight, Cowabunga, and of course, the April Ballad. Oh, it's playing. Holy shit.
Don't put it on. We're going to get in trouble. Don't put that shit on. The
April
you
guys
Ballad.
Gotta listen to this.
That April Ballad.
Oh
yeah, he just unlocked a fucking core memory right now.
I genuinely have hurt my brain with the sheer volume of nostalgia.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you check out the other podcasts on the Geek Bro Network that include, but are not limited to, Pero Let Me Tell You, Kick Flicks with Mike and Jeff and myself. And speaking of Jeff, Cramocopia. And what else we got? Child Like a Best with Mike Valdez. So make sure you go to geekbro.net. We got all the podcasts coming up at you. Oh, Shiver, the horror movie podcast. Check that out as well. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you very much. And that's how winning is done.